Welcome back. This is essentially a part 2. I finally got parts in. I got the hood propped open. I started to take the covers off, but I was like, I need to probably show you guys what this sounds like and what I'm still dealing with. So, let me start the car here. Try to do this one-handed, sorry. So this is cold start. I literally just pulled it out and parked it, and like it died 3 times doing that. So, on the very first like cold start, it'll pop and you can hear the Okay, so y'all get that. I don't want to keep doing that. Obviously the engine does not like that, but you're getting a very, very rough idle, getting some of the misfires. Obviously that's what we're going to address today. So let me get out of the beeping car. What I'm gonna do is go ahead and get the oil cap off, get the covers off, and then I'm gonna get down, because the last thing, if you don't remember, if you didn't watch part 1, I replaced the crankcase ventilation. I just went ahead and took that stuff off, started tackling some of the more known problems with this. But I took the crankcase ventilation off. I replaced the crankcase ventilation system deal, where all these tubes go. I pulled all the bad gas out of it. I put some premium gas in it, and I did the spark plugs, pretty much everything but injectors and the coils. So I'm gonna do coils today, see if that does it, because that's what's still pinging. So let me do that, get this stuff off, throw the coils in, and I'll pick back up, see you guys in a second. So I just wanted to point this out real quick, that this is the one I just took out. And if you order these on Amazon, you may fall into the trap like I did, because it'll show you a different style. This right here on these 330 Ci's has this triangulated plug. I've already dielectric this because, like I said, I took the spark plugs, exchanged the spark plugs out for new ones. And these, if you look at it, like, it looks fine. That's the concerning part, is this looks absolutely fine. Here's the one I just pulled out. Here's a brand new one. Like, the rubber feels great.
What do you mean by that?
They look almost identical. I mean, well, they look identical, but I'm talking about, like, there's no wear or tear on this whole thing. So anyway, just something to keep an eye out if you order this off Amazon. I just wanted to voice that because I fell into the trap. I ordered the wrong ones and then had to send them back and get the right ones. So I'm about to pull all these out, put the new ones in, and then I guess we'll go from there. But just something I wanted to note for you guys, keep an eye out on and all that good jazz. But anyway, let's get to installing the new ones. Hopefully y'all can see me. I've got you in the only place that I could find to use this daggum magnet. I know it's kind of kiltered on the camera, but anyway, first start after the coils. And I will start this by saying, I guess if this doesn't do it, like I said, the coils have been done, spark plugs have been done. I replaced the crankcase ventilation deal while I had it apart. I replaced the fuel filter, and it has a fresh oil change. And I also put a little additive. Shout out to Marble Mystery. I added the oil treatment when I did the oil change. So when I had the fuel filter off, I did check that the fuel pump worked by doing a quick bump, and the pump was pumping. Now that doesn't mean it's not weak. So if this doesn't work, the only thing I can guess from there is that the fuel pump is weak, aka going out, and or the injectors are clogged or on their way out. They could, if we still have a problem here, my only thoughts is that it could be a fuel related issue. I also need to say that I'm not a automotive mechanic, so I'm trying to figure this stuff out. This has just been like a side challenge for me. I don't have the greatest diagnosing skills or tools for that matter. So kind of, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of just been throwing parts at it. So anyway, without further ado, keys to the ignition. Let's see what we get. All right, we still got a little bit of a misfire. I don't know if you all heard that.
Ouch, baby. Very ouch.
That's great. Misfired enough that it died. And what's crazy is on the second startup, it fires up like a champ. It's the damnedest thing. So there we go. Now that I've replaced the coils, so when you get on it, like, that's perfectly fine. Let's take it down the road. Let's take it over across the street here, if it'll let us do it. Take it down the street here and see what it does, and then when I come back, maybe then hook the scan tool up to it, because obviously the check engine light is still on. So the check engine, or the scan tool, is what told me to change the coil. So after I did everything else, I still had the miss after part 1, and that paper was saying to go ahead and change the coil. So that's what I did. That's why I went ahead and changed the coil. So I think that dadgum tool is just doing what I'm doing, and that's kind of just shooting in the dark here. But let's run it down the road a little bit. Okay, Okay, so I cruised it around. It's been several hours. As you can see behind me, it is now dark. It's just like I was explaining to you guys driving this thing. It drives fine outside of not having power steering, obviously. And then that miss, like that freaking miss on just the ever so much on the low RPMs. And it seems like you can feel the shimmy, so I know it's a constant miss. So this is a long ongoing process. I know at this point I really wish I could be dumping money into cool stuff, but I'm gonna order injectors and then see if that fixes the problem. So I'll see you guys. Okay, back on the old BMW. It has been probably a few weeks. I've been really focused on the OBS situation going on, but finally had a little bit of downtime to get back to this. So obviously you guys just saw like it was running, driving, a little bit of shimmies here and there. I was really harping on the injectors, but I bought some. I did buy some just in case, but what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna take all this back apart, and down in here, there's an idle air control valve. And when I had this apart the first time, I cleaned it really, really good. I got it to where it was going back and forth, but like sometimes it would do the knock-in deal and sometimes it wouldn't. So I just bought a new one. I'm gonna go in there, we'll change that, and then see where we go from there. I also bought a new mass airflow sensor and see if that does anything. And then from there, if it doesn't, I got injectors, but I'm not completely sold to its injectors. Maybe I've got some sensor going out, I don't know. So fingers crossed, it's this idle air control or this mass airflow sensor at this point. Honestly, you know, if you watched the past two videos and you made it this far in this video, at this point, I'm literally just shooting in the dark. I'm just throwing parts at this thing, man. I really don't know. It's got me guessing. So anyway, I'm gonna throw some parts in here and we'll see what it does. See you guys in a second. Okay, so here's the part I was chasing. Buried up underneath all the intake plumbing. Obviously there's the intake right there, and this piece fits in between that and right here. Just wedges right in there. So this was the piece I'm after. I've got the new one. Let me go grab it, get it inside of its housing, the way you obviously mount it here, up in there, and we'll go from there. I definitely, I screwed up because I didn't want this to come completely off, because this last band right here is a pain in the butt to get on that. But it came off, which did make getting this off easier, but I'm not gonna lie to you, that's something I didn't want to do. And I accidentally screwed up too here, because I was trying to push it off, and big dummy, as I was doing it, I was like, don't do that. Look at that. I don't know if y'all can see. I just put a big old gouge in here. So those of you who know, the potential vacuum leak. Let me get this part done, and I'll figure out what I'm gonna do. See you guys in a second. Okay, so I got the new one in the bracket with the hose on it and everything. Here's the old one out. So this is the old one. That's what you're looking for. Again, I took this one off and I cleaned it. It's doing as the internet says it should do. That one's doing it too. So I don't know, maybe if it's just dirty enough, who knows, but I'm replacing it nonetheless. So there's a new one, there's the old one. I think I figured out how to fix that freaking rip in the boot. Put a little gasket maker on it. I know, little redneck ingenuity. Those purists out there who may come across this feel like, I can't believe you did that, but hey, quick fix for today to stop a freaking potential vacuum leak. So I'm letting that thing dry. I may go ahead and throw the mass airflow sensor on there. I'm not really sure yet, but there's that. About to install that and then pick back up. See you guys in just a second. So I got the parts installed. I did go ahead and install that mass airflow sensor. Sorry about that loud dinging, but this is the first startup since installing the parts. Nothing, you know, I didn't film the rest of it just because, I mean, at this point you guys have seen me do this several times. So let's see what we get here. Turn that down, sorry. So initial loss there. Okay, oh nice, now it's worse. Somehow I have made it worse. It does not like something. It is definitely not jiving on something. Okay. So if I stay in the throttle, it obviously stays running. Let me get off. Okay. Still running a little rough. Still not exactly sure what's going on with that, but it is running now. There it goes. Okay, so we're idling now. Okay, I'm gonna shut this off. See what it does now. Still a little rough idle, but a little better. Another road test. I know if you guys have been following along with this, you guys are probably getting just tired of this as much as I am, because who knows what's gonna happen. I'll see you guys in a second. All right, boys and girls, so kind of big news. This project, I finally decided I'm just not gonna move forward with it. I had fun with it. This thing is super fun. I think I've got a guy who's showing up to buy this today, and if he does, I'll pick up then. But to circle back, I think I actually figured out what was completely wrong with the car. It was not the injectors. I went through and I listened to them. Each of them are firing the way they should, and I think I'm a silly goose. I took the codes to an individual who has software who can run all that stuff, and it tells you kind of more or less grouped chances are what it will be, and it popped up coils and spark plugs, which those have been replaced, and I swapped those around. It's still doing it. So, and also mentioned the injectors. All the injectors are firing, no issues. And then after talking with this guy who's way more mechanically inclined and also an automotive mechanic by trade, telling him what the car was doing, yada, 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 he agreed with me that we both think that it's gonna be clogged cats and or O2 sensors. That's the only thing it could be. So to kind of scratch the itch of what was going on with it, I feel very confident that that's probably what it is, because I have not visited any of that. Don't have any air intake leaks. There's no leaks whatsoever. Idle air control valve is swapped. Like everything for idling and stuff like that for air flow control has been swapped or is working properly. So it's crazy that that's probably, you know, I feel confident it's what it is. So I was like, well, for, you know, giggles and whatnot, I'll just list it up on the old marketplace. I'd done that, and within 15 minutes, some old boy was like, hey, I can come today. So we'll see if he's about that action. But anyway, nonetheless, we think we have the actual issue cornered, which if I keep it, I will be buying those parts and continuing on this build process. If the guy does come through, then it's sayonara, and I guess we'll see what those funds that I make off this car would go to. Maybe back into this, which heaven knows it needs it, or maybe something else. Maybe what I've already got a line out on, I should probably do that, but who knows. Anyway, I'll pick back up if this guy shows up. We'll see you then. Well guys, similar to the last BMW, this one has also hit the road, and for those of you who actually cared, it wasn't very many of you that tuned into it anyway. I know, one, because my mechanical abilities aren't really helping you guys, who unfortunately might be in the same predicament with those cars, but two, it wasn't a very long build series, or it really wasn't even a build series. So, but nonetheless, I think I learned my lesson with BMWs. I'm gonna try to stay in my lane. Nobody said anything about Lexuses though, right? JK, not mine yet. But nonetheless, the black BMW is found a new owner. Those individuals who bought the car see this. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope you get all of your money's worth out of it and all of your enjoyment. I genuinely hope so. And it was a pleasure doing business with you. But nonetheless, the 330 has made its way down the road. Now, back to this. So, guys, if you made it this far, I greatly appreciate it. If you tuned in for the 330, and now that it's gone, and you subbed, I pray you stay. I'll find something eventually that'll catch your interest, I promise. But anyway, guys, if you made it this far, I greatly appreciate it as always. Merry Christmas to you guys. Happy holidays to all those who are watching. And hey, let's make 2026 the year we hit 1,000 subs. See you guys on the next one. Appreciate it.